to the Dress Up Mom. In this video, I want to share an incredible family vacation we recently took to Sedona and the Grand Canyon. But first, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you are a regular viewer and subscriber, I absolutely love you. Thank you. If you are new to the channel and like what you're seeing, please subscribe. It's the button. It's here. It means everything to me. We are also on all the social media outlets, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, at The Dress Up Mom, hashtag The Dress Up Mom, and I post other pictures there. Like I said, we just got back from Sedona and the Grand Canyon. It was my husband, my son Dane, and daughter Tiana and I, and it was really a special trip that I wanted to share with you. So I'm just going to take you along and tell you and show you what we did.
We flew into Phoenix and had breakfast with dear friends before making the drive to Sedona. As we started driving into the Sedona area, this is what we were greeted with. Just beautiful color. We knew we were somewhere special, looking out at this red rock that just appears. This is the drive into our incredible hotel/resort we were staying in called Enchantment. And it truly was quite enchanted. The grounds were just beautiful. There were these deer that were kind of all around. And we were just in the middle of a picturesque scenic view like this the whole time. We felt like we were just sort of ensconced in that. The grounds, like I said, this is just sort of leading up to the restaurant area. It all kind of fit in with the topography too, which was kind of nice. We immediately knew we were somewhere pretty darn special. It just had a feel to it. This is a little teepee that was near the casita that we were in. We had this really cool casita that was a suite that went from sort of one bedroom that the kids were in with 2 beds and this gorgeous sort of living space that Doug and I got to share for the time that we were there.
Hello, Doug.
We felt right at home. We had a lot of fun just posing for pictures a lot of this time too. Here's the deer I was telling you about. This family of them lived all around and they were just amazing. We shared a lot of fun drinks and food. And again, look at the scenery of where we were and what was behind us and around us the whole time. It was like being in the middle of a painting. I had a lot of fun getting to wear all of my kaftans and kimonos and paglamas and all the fun stuff that I just love to wear, just sort of fit in right in this scenic area. I also enjoyed the spa, which was amazing. It was in the middle of all of the rock as well. And we really treated ourselves to an incredible day at the spa where we got these treatments from absolutely lovely people that really cared and were really fantastic at what they did. This is all in the spa area. They had a local artist that was there. There were indoor and outdoor pools. And the treatments were just amazing. I don't know how else to put it. They made us feel very, very relaxed and really ready for a special time. It was also monsoon season there, which I had never heard of and didn't know happened in Arizona. So every afternoon it would thunder and rain and just cool things down. Here is right when it was before the rain was hitting. And we just really enjoyed that. We seemed to hit it really well and be inside whenever that was happening and enjoy sort of a show. This is Doug, pretty relaxed after our day at the spa. And I can't say how much I enjoyed that. So did the kids. More incredible food and drink. Everything was fantastic there. And we just enjoyed so much fun together at mealtime. Pretty hammy, as you can see, so we got quite a few fun shots. Look at my Jennifer Grace kimono against this background. And Dane also was having a whole lot of fun posing. He and I together had a lot of fun, as well as the 4 of us. The next morning, we had booked this trip to the Grand Canyon with this incredible guide, Rick Lee. He was so fantastic. I'm going to put all the information on the company and him in the description below, but he picked us up at 2:30 in the morning so that we could get a sunrise at the Grand Canyon, which was absolutely breathtaking. Here you can see it. He took us to a part of the Grand Canyon where literally we were the only people. There were no crowds. We got to experience this, just the four of us and him, and he added just a ton. And I will really never forget the feeling of that sun against my face, opening up into this incredible canyon. It was the first time that we had seen it, and I'm so happy I got to see it at sunrise like this and have it just fill up around us. I had a lot of fun wearing my cowboy hat and my coat and all sorts of fun stuff on this trip. But look at this just magnificent scenery and what we got to look out to that morning.
This is all limestone.
Oh, beautiful for spacious skies, for amber waves of grain.
It was definitely song worthy. The area where we were, we also could see down into the canyon and see the Colorado River, which was just this beautiful teal color. And you can't really see that from the other entrance at the rim. So that was really fun to see that Colorado River. You can kind of see it here a little bit down there. We also got to hike a little bit into the canyon. This is what that looked like. It was a little bit scary for me, I have to say. Like I found a little scary moments when we were taking these pictures. The kids went down further. I had to rest, and it was quite challenging. I can't even imagine the people that go all the way down into it, but I'm glad I got a chance to go in and see a little bit of the canyon because it gives you a whole nother perspective of how enormous this is, this nature's wonder. The kids were much more adventurous than us, and part of this, I just couldn't even look. Like, I couldn't even look when Tiana was doing this. I had to be somewhere else. This is a view of sort of hiking back up into the other part of the canyon. So this is just at the beginning. I can't even imagine when it gets a lot steeper as you're trying to make your way up. We then headed out to El Tovar, where we had a lovely breakfast and some coffee. We hadn't had coffee this whole time. Mind you, by now it's maybe 7 o'clock. We had already done all of this by 7 in the morning, but El Tovar is a really cool place right there. The Grand Canyon Old. They had a nice menu, and we got to get refreshed and get some sustenance in us. The Hopi House is a place where you can buy authentic Indian souvenirs and goods, which was kind of fun to look through. And then this is the view from another part, I think at the rim, the place where I think most people enter and go and see the Grand Canyon. You get a better sense of really how steep it is here. But it was much more crowded at this point. We still had a lot of fun kind of walking and seeing this different view from this area.
So what do you think?
No, it's great. It's great. It's great. It's fantastic. We're having a great time.
It was definitely an experience that we will remember and take with us. Another great thing about having Rick, our tour guide, is that he also knew everything about Sedona. So he gave us so many great tips for what to do the rest of the time that we were in Sedona. And we're so grateful to him. He was such a wonderful addition. I would highly recommend him and the tour company that we used. The next morning, we took a hike to the Vortex. You could get it right from our hotel. It's called the Boynton Trail, I believe, the Vortex Trail. And it's supposed to be an energy field. So we decided to hike over there. And it was interesting because we were told, and it was true, when you get close, the trees grow in a twisted manner. Look at the branches. The trees are all twisted up, and as you get closer to the vortex, that's what happens. The different types of cactus were just so beautiful as well, all around. The different colors and the scenery. This is the prickly pear that is indigenous to this area that they do everything with. They eat. We used it on treatments. It was really kind of yummy. And there's the vortex. We're getting close to it.
The vortex.
We did some meditation, we did a little bit of chanting, and you could definitely feel the energy. Each of us had a slightly different energy experience at this vortex, but it was quite powerful. It was also very beautiful. Next, we headed out to Crystal Magic, a place where you could get crystals. This was also recommended to us by Rick, and it was a really cool experience. We were told to just walk through this huge store with all sorts of crystals and see what resonated. And here's the ones that resonated for me. It was so weird. I just went and my hand went and grabbed that big blue one in the middle without me even knowing. And the people in the place said, whatever resonates for you, that means that you need that and you should get it. So, of course, I did. Here's what my crystals represent and what they're supposed to bring to me. This was Tiana's little crystal display, and Dane had a whole nother experience. I don't have his. Our guide, Rick, highly encouraged us to take a small trip, which was just a couple minutes away, to the Buddhist Stupa and this peace park. And boy, again, so glad we did this. It was really a lovely place. People had decorated throughout the years, and again, just right in the middle of everything there. So peaceful, so beautiful. This was the stupa, which is filled with all sorts of prayers. And when you walk around it 3 times and say your own prayer and your chanting, and it really was a very beautiful experience. We walked around it holding hands, and it was really also super special. These are filled with prayers as well, and you're supposed to turn them and walk around 3 times as well. But just the peace, the quiet, the stillness up there, there was something really magical. The energy was beautiful, and we had a really gorgeous statue of a Buddha that we spent some time around as well. This was a great place to do some meditation, some introspection. I can imagine that if you lived in Sedona, you would want to spend a good amount of time here. It was really beautiful. We went back to the hotel and that night did this incredible sound meditation in what they call the Crystal Grotto. This is the Crystal Grotto, this gorgeous room with natural light that comes into it. And it has these 4 large crystals all around it that you sort of sit in front of. And this sound meditation, again, was very powerful and lovely. Our final thing that we did is we went to a restaurant that was also recommended by Rick. This is called Mariposa. Here's the view from that. And we had an absolutely delicious lunch at this really lovely place. The art in it is just beautiful. I know there's a bunch of stories to the art and to the door, but the food was also incredible. And the view you couldn't beat. Here's what we were looking at the whole time. It was the perfect end to our trip, before we headed back over to the airport. A place I definitely want to go back.
Back in the Enchantment Resort in Sedona. What was your favorite part of the whole trip?
I really loved everything about the trip. It was amazing. I think my two favorites would be the day at the Grand Canyon. It was perfect. We got there early. There was no one there. It was breathtaking. And then number two, I think, would just be Enchantment Resort as a whole, because it really was magical and enchanting.
And like Tiana said, I cannot just pick one thing. I can't even pick a couple things. The whole thing was really magical, enchanted. But I guess, if anything, it was really sharing this experience with the three of you. It was just something that I will remember for the whole year until we take another vacation together.
I would agree, just the family bonding was amazing. I really enjoyed our spa day because we always talk about being a spa family, and this time around we actually had a full spa experience, and it was just really lovely. And then second would have to be the sunrise at the Grand Canyon, because I just feel like that's an unforgettable moment. It was so awesome.
I really think when you guys come back from the Buddhist temple, it was just a special moment. And then I also think that this showed that mom needs this type of thing and should come at least once a year to something like this. The stress went out of her when she had all that day at the spa. I think that was incredible. I think the four of us being together were just so special as a family, and I think I always get emotional on the video, but I think that's one of the things that was just so great about the trip.
So I think you can see it really was special for me, and I loved sharing this with you. I hope that you enjoyed it. I would love to hear your Sedona and Grand Canyon stories, and also if you're planning on going, tell me about that as well. Please check out Rick and the tour company. They were incredible. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Until next time, have fun and dress it up a little.